David, still One Up Gaming. Still episode 338 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So we're going to go straight into the news. And I'm going to get my little tablet out so I can do the screen recordy stuff. So first up, EA strikes big money deal with the English Premier League after losing the FIFA name. So EA Sports is reportedly on the verge of agreeing a new 6-year deal with English Premier League worth $488 million, or pounds. A contract said to be worth more than double the value of the original deal. I guess that's so that they can get the exclusive deals, so the new FIFA game can't have them. Sky Sports reports the clubs were briefed on the deal on Friday, which is expected to bring in more than £80 million. I guess that's per team annually, maybe? Oh no, that'll just be like for everyone annually. In return, EA will retain the rights to some of the most popular teams in the world, including Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Newcastle. The new deal reflects the strength of the English Premier League, which has grown into the most profitable league in the world thanks to its lucrative TV deals, allowing the major stars like Erling Haaland. So this is the English Premier League's is a major catch for EA, which recently lost its FIFA license after the group reportedly asked for some $1 billion in addition to changing the name for the first time in nearly 30 years. EA Sports FC will lose access to the World Cup. However, EA has signed deals with hundreds of teams and athletes, as well as more than 30 leagues, allowing it to retain real-world names and venues. Giving it a valuable edge over Konami's eFootball series, which signed valuable deals including Barcelona, Man United, Inter Milan, but otherwise lags behind EA's soccer juggernaut in terms of licenses. The FIFA series, now renamed EA Sports FC, has been a juggernaut for EA, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's going to be great and it's going to be weird. It's going to be really strange watching how this all unfolds, because it's just crazy how much money's been put into all this, and I guess it's a lot of money that EA don't want to see fail. So I guess we'll go into the next bit of news, and that is a Division 2 fix accidentally made updates impossible. The Division 2 development team has notified players that a recent update has caused an error that is now preventing the team from updating the game at all. The Division 2 development team took to Twitter to explain the unfortunate situation, saying it was caused when they were trying to deal with a localization issue. While they were fixing that particular problem, another one popped up that brought down the build generation system for Division 2. This in turn broke the whole updating system. I don't know. It might be all sorted by the time you see this, but I think it's quite funny. I really do. It's horrible. It must be ass shitting times for the developer and everything involved, because it could completely knacker the whole thing. But what do you guys think? Leave comments in the chat, because it's crazy that these things can happen in nowadays. Because what do you think? It's madness. So I guess we'll go into the next bit of news, and that's Disney CEO says he stopped Kevin Feige from being fired in 2015. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we know and love, could have been very different, as Disney CEO Bob Iger recently said he stopped Marvel Studios president from being fired back in 2015. As asked about the support of the winning chairman getting a board seat at Disney, he would no longer be vying for a seat on the board. Still, the whole process appeared to be strained. Blah blah blah. When asked for a surprise, was so keen on having joined the board, caused a feud between Iger and Perlmutter? No idea. Iger snuck in interesting tidbit for MCU fans. Well, I think that's a curious dynamic that I think you know. Our filings indicate that both Ike and Nelson were working together to try to encourage the board, convince the board to put Nelson on the board. It's rubbish. I don't have a clue about any of these things. It's just nonsense stories that I don't care about. Or is that just me? Is that just me being trivial? Even if he'd have been sacked, there'd have been other people that would have done the Marvel stuff, because there's too many people in to make it fail now. Next up, SpiderMan Noir live action series is coming to Amazon. A live action series following SpiderMan Noir is coming to Amazon, as Variety reported today and IGN can confirm. The outlet reports the series will follow a grizzled superhero in the 1930s New York, and that will be set in its own universe, not following Peter Parker as the main character. The show was developed by Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse producers Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, and Orion Uzil, who will write and executive produce. It's the latest attempt from Sony to widen its Spider universe, who's been cranking out movies like the beloved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and its upcoming sequel, 2 Venom's films, and last year's much less successful Morbius, which is weird because I thought Morbius was better than the Venom movies, but that's just me. Lastly though, Sony is attempting to move the IP into live action television, having struck a deal with Amazon last year to develop multiple shows based on characters in Spider-Man's universe. Silk Spider Society was the first TV show announced as part of the deal. Never heard of it. Part of the Marvel Noir universe, Spider-Man Noir was created by, too many people to think. He's made a number of appearances throughout Spider-Man, including 2010 Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions game, Disney XD series Ultimate Spider-Man, and the most recently Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where he was voiced by Nicolas Cage. Did not know that. Did not know he was voiced by Nicolas Cage. But, yeah. Spider-Man on Amazon, what do you guys think? What do you think? So we'll go into the next bit of news. And that is, Disney is to lay off 7,000 employees in effort to cut $5.5 billion in costs. In its first earnings call since returning as Disney's CEO, Bob Iger announced the company would be laying off 7,000 employees as they venture to cut back $5.5 billion in costs. The layoffs will impact almost all of Disney's various brands. So what do you guys think? Because there was a lot of crap thrown at Microsoft when they said they were laying off people. I've not heard that much negativity towards Disney when they've announced they're laying off these people, but I guess I'm not in the news area for Disney, so I'm not really that bothered. So leave comments, please. We'd love to hear what you guys think. Next bit of news, which is weird, because the game itself was said to have been in the works, but Metroid Prime Switch Remaster is getting a shadow drop on the Nintendo eShop. So after years of rumours, Metroid Prime is finally getting a remaster on Nintendo Switch, and it's out on the eShop, well, a few days ago now. So it was out on the February the 8th, February the 9th, that sort of time. It was announced during the Nintendo Direct. Remaster will feature new twin-stick controls, much better. And a physical release was also announced, and that'll be coming out in a week or two now. So it came out on the GameCube in 2002, and the original game, because it only had one analog stick, it was like the old Resident Evil 4, where you had to move around, then when you had to shoot at someone, you had to press a button, and then you could control the movement, but you couldn't move at the same time. It was weird. So it's much more like a first-person strategy action-y sort of platform game, which I guess that's what they were going for. This new one, it features full twin-stick analog controls, like a modern first-person shooter. But anyway, the fourth game will be coming along nicely, and I hope this will get the fans interested in that fourth game. But yeah, what do you guys think of Nintendo just announcing and dropping this straight away, which is good? But I guess it goes to show that the game's been ready for a while now, and they were just like, we don't have the marketing bother to try and push this sort of game out. But anyway, next up, Disney Illusion Island materialises this summer. For the classical Disney geek yearning for some good old-fashioned Mickey Mouse nonsense, Today's Nintendo Direct gave us a new look at the upcoming 4-player co-op platformer Disney Illusion Island, and it came along with a release date of July 28th, 2023. So it was first shown off in September of last year's D23, where we got a look at co-op play with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy. New trailer shows us a bit more of each character's unique animations, power-ups. So I mean, I don't know, this game, I've not seen it in motion. I've only seen like these sort of things. It looks kind of like the Rayman Legends sort of game. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what it looks like. But anyway, what do you guys think of the new Disney game? Do you think that the new game is what we want? Or do you reckon it's just more rubbish that's just going to come out, and after a few days no one's going to talk or think about it, and then we'll move on with our boring, pathetic little lives? Next up, Toy Story, Frozen and Zootopia sequels are all in the works. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that during today's Q1 earnings call, although he didn't offer any additional details, adding that they'll have more to share about those productions soon. He called the franchise investment an example of how they are leaning into our unrivaled brands. A move towards banking on franchises isn't a wholly surprising one, especially after original animated movies like last year's Strange World have struggled at the box office, and all three of the series I can mention grossed $1 billion at the global box office in their recent outings. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not that bothered. I'm not a massive Disney fan. I'll watch some bits and bobs, but I'm not a massive Disney fan. So next up, what we have is, as I go through the buttons and screens and clicks and stuff, Microsoft and Activision respond to the UK government's concerns over Xbox's Activision Blizzard deal. UK government CMA published its provisional findings early today, February the 8th, which raised concerns over the deal potentially leading to higher prices, fewer choices and less innovation for gamers. Xbox exclusivity over Activision's premier franchise, Call of Duty, was frequently mentioned in the report, but Microsoft has maintained its desire to bring these games to other platforms. We are committed to offering effective and easily enforceable solutions that address the CMA's concerns, said Microsoft Corporate Vice President and Deputy General Counsel Rima Aleli. I'm sorry. Our commitment to grant long-term 100% equal access to Call of Duty to Sony, Nintendo, Steam and others preserves the deal's benefits to gamers and developers and increases competition in the market. 75% of respondents to the CMA's public consultation agree that this deal is good for competition in UK gaming. I don't know. We don't really need to go in about all these sort of things, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the near future, won't we? Because we don't know what's going on. I don't have a clue. I don't think anyone really knows anything of these things, and I guess we just have to wait and see what is said to be sort of happening. So I guess we'll go to the next bit of news. And the next bit of news is Atari is releasing a $1,000 box set for its 50th anniversary, and it's only making 100 of them. So basically this is going to be 10 Atari 2600 cartridges with reimagined artwork, acrylic toppers that light up when inserted into the console, and more. So which hold Adventure, Missile Command, Warlords, Super Breakout, Crystal Castles, Haunted House, Yars Revenge, Centipede, Asteroids and Gravatar. Also features a remastered version of their original key art. Do you know what? These little pictures that I can see here look amazing. If anyone wants to give us these to review and look at, I would love to have these on my shelf. They look amazing. So they also have cardstock posters, instructional manuals with bonus material, hard enamel patches, certificates of authenticity, and a digital copy of each game that can be played on the Atari VCS. Now, I'd love to have the Atari VCS, but it's hard to get hold of in the UK. If that wasn't enough, when you put all 10 cartridges together, they display the Atari 50th anniversary logo, making it perfect for any collector's shelf. The collection is currently pre-production, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Again, this looks mint. I would love to have these. So then the next bit of news that we have after that is more animated movie madness. So Resident Evil Death Island is a new CG animated film releasing this summer. Exclusive teaser trailer for the sequel to Resident Evil Vendetta that stars Leon S. Kennedy, Chris Redfield and more. Don't have the exact release date. The first details of Resident Evil Death Island reveal the story that will take our heroes to San Francisco to deal with the zombie outbreak, and Alcatraz appears to be the key to solving this disaster. Resident Evil Death Island is directed by Assassination Classrooms, never heard of it. Screenplays from Psycho-Pass, never heard of. As a fourth installment in the CG animated film series based on the beloved game franchise. First two were 2008's Resident Evil Degeneration and 2012's Resident Evil Damnation. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big Resident Evil. I like Resident Evil. I just play the game a little bit and then see what happens. So I guess if you're interested in any of these things, leave comments and we'll we'll reply. We don't know what we're doing half the time, but we'll reply in the comments section and see what's going on. So next up, the Fantastic Four director walked away from Star Trek because the MCU was just too hard to pass up, or it was the fact that a lot of money was passed over. Fantastic Four director Matt Shakman has revealed he walked away from Star Trek 4 to join the MCU as the opportunity was just too hard to pass up. Speaking to Time Warp, the Shakman had nothing but nice things to say about his time developing the fourth modern Star Trek film alongside J.J. Abrams and Paramount. Had a great time working on Star Trek for a little over a year, working closely with J.J. Abrams and everyone at Paramount. And I love that franchise and I love the cast that J.J. put together, and it would have been an unbelievable pleasure to work with them on the fourth installment there. However, the road to bringing Star Trek 4 to life hasn't been on the smoothest one. Shakman just felt it was the right move to go back home to Marvel. I have no idea who you are, mate. Movies have different journeys and momentums, and schedules are a little bit mercurial. And so when the Fantastic Four opportunity came up, it was just too hard to pass up and to go home, back home to Marvel, a place where I worked on WandaVision. With those people are wonderful collaborators. Really, it's a family there, blah blah blah, all this other rubbish. He just got paid a load of money to come back over, didn't he? That's what happens. Don't blame him. Star Trek 4 has been in development hell for a very long time. But again, money talks, and Disney have a boat ton of money. An absolute cluster of cash. So I guess we'll move next to the bit of news, and that is Nintendo Direct February 2023. So every bit of announcements. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gets a new gameplay trailer, collector's edition, and Link amiibo. Do people still buy amiibos? I don't know. Whoa! The collector's edition will cost $130. The normal Switch version will be $70 for a game that's like 16 or 18 gigs, which isn't a great deal nowadays. But anyway, it'll be released on the 12th of May 2023. Metroid Prime Remastered is being released on the Switch today, which was the February the 8th. And from all intents and purposes, it's an amazing game. It's really been well done. Pikmin 4 gets a release date and developer revealed alongside an adorable dog helper. So Pikmin 4 will be released on Switch on July 21st, 2023. I actually thought Pikmin 4 was out, but that must have been Pikmin 3. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games will be available on the Nintendo Switch Online as of February the 8th. All Nintendo Switch Online subscribers will have access to the Game Boy games, while those with the expansion pack will get access to Game Boy Advance games. So I guess if you want to pay more, you actually can get a little bit more games. So the games available: Tetris, Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX, Gargoyle's Quest, Game & Watch Gallery 3, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Wario Land 3, and Kirby's Dream Land. The games, so the Game Boy Advance games are The Legend of Zelda, The Minish Cap, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. That's just too weird. Why call it Advance 4 Mario Bros. 3? It's just weird. WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games with its dollar sign. I don't know. Kurian, which is quite a cool little puzzle game with a spinning stick you've got to try and fit through levels and stuff. Mario Kart Super Circuit and the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. All these games are available. Blah 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 blah. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Boot Camp release date revealed. So that'll be coming on April 21st, 2023. And is it just me that still thinks it looks like a mobile game? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 4 adds Yoshi's Island and Birdo. Splatoon 3 expansion, I don't care. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe gets a new trailer and demo ahead of its February the 24th release date, so that's basically out now. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass, don't care. Fire Emblem DLC, don't care. Disney Illusion Island brings some Disney magic to the Switch, meh, will it really? Sea of Stars release date and demo, never heard of it. Octopath Traveler 2, which I did actually like Octopath Traveler. Bayonetta Origins gets new gameplay demo trailer thing. Dead Cells returns to Castlevania to get a new look of its March 6th release date. I'm just looking through some of these. Tron Identity will let players enter the grid, never heard of it. New Professor Layton game, yeah. Samba de Amigo Party Central will have you dancing in the summer 2023. Now I did like Samba de Amigo on the Dreamcast, that was quite fun. Life is Strange developer Don't Nod announces Harmony the Fall of Riveri? I don't know. Fantasy Life I have no idea, it looks weird. The Lover Katamari reroll, is that just a remake of the old ones? Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, I'm sure that Ghost Trick was an old game as well. Omega Strikers is a free-to-play online multiplayer soccer air hockey game, oh god. Fashion Dreamers, no. Deca Police casts players as a futuristic police detective. Master Detective, that was a long segment. I hope you could stick along with that. But yeah, Nintendo, do you think they're doing well? I think they're just riding it out for another couple of years before they can release their new console. So Nintendo Switch Online adds Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. I guess we already talked about this, but I will just sort of say that some of the emulation on these games in the past have been a bit sketchy, but these emulators for these games are actually really good. Some good games to choose from. It's just a shame that they're starting to muddle their online service, because you have to have the base version, then you have to have the expansion service and all these other bits and bobs. I don't know what you'd have to pay, about 20, 30, 40 pounds a year for the service. I don't know. I got rid of Nintendo Switch. I was sick of it. I didn't play it. It was just something to use when I was at the toilet. Last bit of news that I've got on here, and that is more in line with what we'd already discussed, and that is like Nintendo starting to go to $70 with some of the games. So Nintendo will determine a $70 price on case-by-case basis, which to me that means any games they believe they can hype up and get money for will be $70, depending on if it's a good game or if it's not a good game, if it's a big game, if it's not a big game. Anything that big budget sort of feel to the games, I think they'll push as a $70 game. If I was Nintendo, I'd have probably waited until their next machine to actually do a $70 price point. Because mate, look at the the Horizon Forbidden West. I believe that was 180 gig, that game, and that's $70. I know you can't all just go in gig size, but looking at this, the new Nintendo Zelda game is 18.2 gigabytes. So you can see it's 150 something gig lower than what that is. And I know, as I say, you can't always go by the gig sizes and stuff, but as a base sort of level, it's like you can see the amount of data in the game with all the assets, the high res imagery and stuff. But yeah, I'll just get rid of that one. So I guess that is the news for this week, and we'll go into this week's top 40. So, number 40, Just Dance 2023, Lego Brawls, Lego Harry Potter Collection, Pokemon Shining Pearl, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which I've never heard of, Horizon Forbidden West at 35, SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Super Mario Bros. Ultimate, Fire Emblem Engage, number 30, The Last of Us Part 1, Nickelodeon Kart Racers, Battlefield 2042, Super Mario Odyssey, Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy The Definitive Edition, NBA Live, no, not NBA Live, God. At number 25, NBA 2K23, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Mario Party Superstars, The Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild, number 20, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Mario Tennis Aces, Splatoon 3, number 15, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Sonic Frontiers, Pokemon Violet, Mario Strikers Battle League Football, Grand Theft Auto 5, and the top 10, number 10, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, number 9, Minecraft, number 8, Nintendo Switch Sports, number 7, Dead Space, number 6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, number 5, Animal Crossing New Horizons, number 4, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, number 3, FIFA 23, number 2, God of War Ragnarok, and number 1, brand new, Hogwarts Legacy, and that's thanks to the Games Press and the GFK Entertainment All Software Charts, and thank you to them. So that, my friends, is the podcast. It's the One Up Gaming Podcast, episode 338. Please go to the website, oneupgaming.co.uk. Please check out our Patreon, which is patreon.com/OUG. You can buy t-shirts like this and all of our other sort of designs. Go to our website. Top right hand corner, it's got online store. And now on the YouTube channel, it's just below where the video feed is. We've actually managed to link them there. The Games Inspired music is available now. You can download it, you can stream it. 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have the audiobook, I've lost it, it's all the way over there, I can't be asked. Our audiobooksontape.com has our first 100 podcasts, and you can buy that, and £1 of each sale will go to the Diabetes UK charity. We have Amazon links on the website, so please click on them. It basically just says that you come from our website, and they give us a little tiny 50p every time, just to say thank you for advertising. We're on Facebook, so please follow us at One Up Gaming. We're on YouTube. Please subscribe, share, like, and that is just One Up Gaming. It's the white logo that I don't even know where it is on this. I don't know. It's at the bottom somewhere. It's the very simple, plain, nice looking logo, which I enjoy. I thought it looked really nice and clean.